Amigos, hola, Stewart here with a Spain news update. We'll take a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press here in Spain. We'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel. Also, before I begin, a huge thanks to all of the people that have supported this channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee, whether it's here on YouTube through the Super Thanks option, longer term supporters on Patreon, and the channel members of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that support. Now, we'll get straight into the news, and Spain currently in the middle of a heat wave, very warm temperatures for May around the country. I understand other European countries are also experiencing this heat wave at the moment, but in some parts of Spain it is unusually hot, especially at night time, as we can see here. Spain is facing tropical nights and temperatures near 38 degrees Celsius in unusual May heat wave. Spain remains under an unusually intense spell of heat for late May, with temperatures expected to reach up to 38 degrees Celsius in parts of the southwest and northeast on Thursday. According to Spain's weather agency, the AEMET, many areas will continue experiencing tropical nights where temperatures do not fall below 20 degrees Celsius overnight, particularly in the southwest and the Ebro Valley. Most of the country will see clear skies and stable weather, although cloudier conditions are expected in Galicia and northern parts of the Canary Islands. Isolated afternoon storms could develop in mountainous areas in the north and center of the peninsula. Meteorologists also warn of coastal mist in northern regions and light Saharan dust affecting parts of Spain and the Canary Islands. So some unusual and warm conditions for this time of the year, coming to the end of May, of course, experiencing heat conditions that are more like June temperatures or July temperatures in many parts of the country. In fact, there have been a few warm Mays in recent times, but temperatures at the moment, as I said, not usual for this time of the year, and the big problem for many people trying to get to sleep at night with those tropical nighttime temperatures where it doesn't drop below 20 degrees Celsius. So if you are in Spain watching the video on holiday here in Spain, let us know in the comment section what the temperatures are like where you are. Second piece of news now, and the government ruling party, the majority partner in the government, the PSOE party, was raided yesterday by the Civil Guard looking for documents and details on an alleged corruption case that a former Spanish Prime Minister finds himself in, and also other possible wrongdoings that this party has committed over the years. And the complaints are starting to add up, that is for sure. As we can read here, Spain's Civil Guard raids the headquarters of this political party in expanding political corruption investigation. Spain's Civil Guard has entered the PSOE headquarters in Madrid to seize documents linked to an investigation into an alleged network accused of attempting to interfere in judicial cases affecting the Socialist Party and the government. The operation, ordered by the National Court Judge Santiago Pedraz, forms part of a wider Caso Sepi investigation which remains under secrecy. Authorities are examining alleged crimes including criminal organization, bribery, influence peddling, false testimony, and falsification of documents. Investigators have also searched the home of former PSOE organization secretary Santos Durán and are examining the role of senior party figures and advisor Leire Diaz. Prosecutors suspect efforts were made to undermine legal cases connected to the PSOE and Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's political circle. So the government here in Spain, or at least one part of the coalition, the PSOE party, up to its neck in these alleged corruption scandals, as we can see there, and some of the accusations that have been put forward by this judge, very, very serious indeed, and the police are investigating and the courts are investigating those things that we mentioned there: bribery, influence peddling, and the like. And lots of key members of this Socialist Party under scrutiny at the moment, and of course Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez right up there on that list, because as we know, his brother has been involved in a judicial process recently. His wife has also been called up to a judicial process in the near future. So not looking good for this government, and the question now is, how long will it last? How long Will it last? That's the question. I've got no idea because the opposition party is seemingly very, very weak and not sure if they can get support over the line to topple this government. But in other democracies, this current government would have been gone a long time ago. But here in Spain, it continues to linger on with the support that it has from certain sectors of society, but not a lot going in its favour at the moment, that is for sure. And the final piece of news now, as I mentioned the other day, and many people will already know this, that the Pope is going to visit Spain shortly in the month of June, coming to Madrid, Barcelona, I think as well, the Canary Islands, maybe some other places as well. But it's going to be a big event, that is for sure. And as we can read here, Pope Leo XIV's visit could generate up to 125 million euros for Spain. The upcoming visit of Pope Leo XIV to Spain could generate between 90 and 125 million euros for the Spanish economy, according to a new study on religious tourism presented in Malaga. Researchers say the papal visit, scheduled from the 6th to the 12th of June, is expected to boost pilgrimage tourism, hospitality and cultural travel across the country. The report also highlights the wider showcase effect of the visit, potentially increasing the international interest in Spain as a destination for spiritual tourism. Spain is considered one of the world's leading religious tourism destinations alongside Italy and the Holy Land, thanks to attractions such as the Camino de Santiago, Semana Santa celebrations, and major sanctuaries including El Rocío, Montserrat, and El Pilar. So there we go, the Pope's upcoming visit to Spain could generate a lot of cash, between 90 and 125 million euros, according to that report. And yeah, another type of tourism possibly on the cards for Spain, if it doesn't already exist, of course. And the name of it is spiritual tourism. Spiritual tourism, where people come to Spain for those religious reasons. Maybe it's to look at all of the religious architecture, to walk the Camino de Santiago as we saw there before, or visit some of the other important religious sites here in Spain. Spiritual tourism. Now let's take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel in recent times by viewers. First one here from Giosh. Speaking for myself, I'd happily move to Asturias after I get my degree if I can find work there that can pay well enough to live. Yeah, Giosh, thanks for the comment, but a couple of things in that comment there. Could be a little bit difficult still in Asturias from people that I have spoken to that live in that area, and it is finding a good job and having a salary that allows you to live well in that part of the country. It all depends on what your expenses will be, but the job market in Asturias, I don't think it's one of the most dynamic job markets in the country. It's a beautiful place, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to industry and things like that and other types of businesses, not a lot going on, I don't think. I could be wrong, and if I am, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, one of the big problems that has plagued many parts of Spain in the past, trying to get good jobs and good salaries. So good luck if that does come about, and let's hope it does work out for you. Another one here from Ray. I've said this before and I'll say it again. We know it at least since the time of Rome. Taxation. Raise taxes in densely populated areas. Lower them wherever you want to bring your people. The rest is propaganda. Yeah, Ray, thanks for the comment and putting some ideas on the table of how to repopulate the part of the country where no one wants to live anymore. We saw on the channel the other day that the government is contemplating trying to encourage immigrants to move to those parts of the country through some type of incentives, I imagine. I remember a few years ago there were towns here in Spain that were offering cash for people to move there. Not sure if that is still the case. But yeah, the dilemma that the government here faces, Spanish society faces, of these parts of the country where it's getting more and more difficult to live and people moving to cities. Tax people more in cities? I don't know if that would be a popular decision, given that the majority of the population lives in cities and has quite a strong influence on the vote here in Spain. So it could be political suicide, but thanks for the idea. One here from Frank. Hi Stu, I'm looking forward to retiring in a few years in Spain, but in a mid-sized city under 100,000 population with all basic services and public transportation. Right now, I have my eyes settled on green Spain. Yeah, Frank, thanks for the comment, and I'm sure that you would be able to find a place here in Spain that meets those characteristics. My suggestion would be that you go to a provincial capital with around 100,000 people, and I'm sure you would be able to find a provincial capital, because in provincial capitals normally you have all of the services that you need to live well without having to travel to another place to get some services done, if that makes sense. And yeah, up in the northern part of the country, green Spain as you call it there, I'm sure you will be able to find something that meets your characteristics or what you are looking for. Thanks for the comment. Another one here from Christine. Benidorm is like the onion or no onion Spanish omelette debate. LOL. Hope everyone stays cool in this heat. Thanks for the comment, Christine. Valued member of the channel, as we saw there. And yes, I also hope people are trying to stay cool with the air conditioning on, or taking a dip in the pool, or going to the beach, whatever you can do to beat this current heat wave. And according to some experts out there, it's going to be a warm summer. So we'll see as the months approach. And regarding the other thing there, yeah, Benidorm, not everyone's cup of tea, of course. And Benidorm, I imagine for a lot of people, is just the place that they can come to in the sun. It could be Benidorm, it could be another place, but Benidorm, of course, providing what people want, which is basically a good time, and for them to let their hair down, show off their tattoos, get their bodies out, get some sun onto the bodies without anybody criticizing them. And if they can do that in the English language or the language that they speak, there we go. That's all it is, right? Benidorm, you either love it or you hate it. Another comment here from Julian. The heat in Spain was massively worse at the end of May 2019 than the end of May 2026. Mid to high 40s rather than mid 30s to 40s. And yes, I was there in 2019. Not to say that these days are not dog days. Julian, thanks for the comment, and I'm going to be honest, it sparked my curiosity here, this comment, because I can't remember high 40-degree temperatures in the month of May. In fact, I can't remember high 40-degree temperatures in many months that I have lived here over the last 3 decades or so. So I went to artificial intelligence, I asked Google, and it said that no, in May 2019 there were not mid to high 40 temperatures anywhere in Spain. Maybe it was the case in June, maybe it was the case in July, but definitely not at the end of May. So you might have got that one wrong, but again, who am I to trust artificial intelligence with these results, right? But I also can't remember it from my own personal memories of that time, so yeah. And the final comment here from Mr. Corn 555, seriously promoting even more sadness? ? Will unsubscribe from your channel. Yeah, Mr. Corn, thanks for the comment, and given that you have unsubscribed from the channel, I suppose that you're not going to see my reply to you, but basically, I don't know what the you are talking about, you absolute. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have anything else to add to the conversation today, I would love to hear it. Please also in that comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Give the video a thumbs down if you didn't like it, like Mr. Corn, for example. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from a sunny and warm Spain.